Did that feel like old times with you and Davante?
Yeah, it did. Except he dropped one. And I missed him on the next play, or the next big third down. But yeah, Tay's a fantastic player. He dropped the one, so he got his dreads pulled. Whether that's true or not, it seemed like an excuse. And then we had third down, threw it to G, and Big Armstead was kind of rushing. I couldn't see where either of them were, but G was definitely open. I threw it too far inside, and Tay, I guess, was wide open. And he kind of came back and said, "What, you don't trust me anymore?" with like a wry smile. So I was using that line against him in the second half a bunch of times.
Aaron, you've seen him make a lot of really good catches, but that over-the-shoulder catch on the sideline, did you see that?
Yeah, we had a different route called. I kind of checked to something I liked better. I was really thinking that maybe Allen on the in-breaker there, but the safety just stayed inside. And when I let it go, I felt like it was a little too far outside and not down the field, but he made a ridiculous catch. And it was so good that it wasn't even like a question, they might review that. It was like, no, he caught it. We're good.
What flipped in the second half?
Oh, I don't think anything especially flipped. I think the line was outstanding. I had so much time all day long, and when I didn't, I was moving around pretty good. But yeah, I think the line just really played well. We had the ball for only a short amount of time in the first half. I think we had 3 possessions. We had a touchdown. We drew them off sides. They called a phantom false start. And then Tay dropped the ball, and I missed him on the third down. That was our 3 possessions. So second half, we were pretty efficient moving the football, and then we had to have a couple drives in the fourth. We made it happen.
Can you walk us through the 71-yard touchdown?
Yeah, I thought it was a great call by Todd. It's a play that we've run for a long time in this style of offense, where it's just a 4 vertical from kind of a different alignment, where we're in our 21H personnel. So Davis is kind of backside in the slot. He comes in motion, and he becomes the guy in the flat. And then we have Tay on a read route. I believe it was Kenny was running down the sideline, and I think it was Braylon was running the seam from the backfield. And then G backside on the out. So basically, that's kind of a pre-snap. If you have pressure, you might throw it over there. We have a little line pull, left guard pull action to try and hold the mic. And a lot of the coverages today were kind of 2-man-ish. They played a lot more Tampa in some of the breakdowns. That play happened to be Tampa, I believe, where the mic has the middle third. And the protection was so good, I was able to kind of hold it just a little tick longer and peek outside to Kenny on the red line to be able to throw it to Tay, and Tay made a great catch and finished it off.
Where did this win and the way you guys won? What do you think it means to you? What does it mean to this team?
Well, they're all special. This is why you play. You play for the love of the game, and to have moments like this with your boys. Be able to come up big. We haven't had a lot of success. We put together a nice drive, went down the field, scored a touchdown, got a 2-point. They came back, got a field goal. So it's on us again to kind of come down. Tay makes a couple of big plays. So there's a lot of pride in that for sure. But listen, if you love this game, there's nothing like dominating. If you're a hyper competitive person, whether you're playing growing up, playing in the backyard, playing at the playground at school, or playing AAU, or playing flag football, or making it up as you go and playing capture the flag, whatever you're doing, if you're supremely competitive, you love dominating. That's what it's all about. Today was one of those good feelings.
Aaron, with some of the disappointments you've had this year in the club, even with so many close calls, is there a human nature element to kind of wondering where that was, like what you had today, where has that been?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. It's too little, too late, but still special. Doesn't taint it at all. Doesn't steal any of the joy of it. Doesn't take away any of the fun that's going to be on the bus just now, and then on the plane, and we have another bus to get back to the facility. But yeah, it's still going to be special. They're always special. But this was a year of things that we were close, but we kind of let it get away from us in the middle of the season. But go ahead, Brent.
Are you going to lobby for some designed runs? You led the team in rushing today?
Yeah, I mean, you guys probably know better, but it's been a long time since I led a team in rushing. I take a lot of pride in my minimal athleticism, but this is what I trained so hard for during those 9 months. The 3 to try and get back early, and then the 6 to get all the way back was to be able to move around. And obviously I felt a lot better. You guys know it. You see it the last few weeks.
You're only 9 yards short of what Lamar had today against the Giants rushing. So.
Yeah, well, he makes it look a lot more graceful.
The 41-yard pass to Davante that set up Reese's touchdown, were you surprised to see him that open?
Yeah, I mean, it was a good call. We kind of brought Allen down. They were playing a lot of match man in some certain situations. I'd said it kind of jokingly to tell you, but there actually might be a little bit of validity to when I went off schedule and kind of moved up in the pocket. I'm glad I kept my eyes downfield, and I think whoever was matching him just took their eyes back at me and saw me start to scramble and just left him. And then whoever was guarding Brees down the sidelines was still guarding him 50 yards down the field, and Brees did a nice job blocking. But that was a big play for sure. The biggest play, I think, was over-the-shoulder catch because that kind of converted that, was it 3rd and 10, I believe. And then, we had a couple other important ones, including, we called a screen pass on 2nd and 10 when I ran the sidelines and got a positive gain. Obviously, if you throw it there, you got linemen downfield. But I was trying to throw it to, I believe it was Isaiah, and he got just absolutely drilled by the 3 technique. So that was good to get positive yards there, and then obviously Tay did the rest.
I know you like to be aggressive, but did you think Jeff was going to kneel a couple times and then just kick the field goal at the end, or did you like that?
I was hoping not. You guys know what the magic number is. If we had kneeled it twice and kicked the field, we were at the 28. There's always the what-if game. I was just, because Timo brought the same thing up on the sidelines. He's like, tell me why we didn't, I said, so I just saw him after I got out of the shower. I said, if we had kneeled it, Sauce wouldn't have got his pick. Shut up.
Aaron, just on the defensively, you guys have had trouble holding leads in the fourth quarter. And how you just speak to your defense today and what they did on that last series there to shut this thing down, because it's been a while.
Listen, we're 10-3. We probably take 2 knees, kick field goal. We're 3-10. We were. So I'm glad we went for it. Put it back on the defense. Proud of them getting the stop there. They came up big at certain times, especially end of the first half. Holding to a field goal instead of going in 17-7. Even though they gave them a field goal to tie the game, it was 25-22, and they held up. They didn't give them a chance to take the lead and got the ball back for us to win the game. So proud of our defense. I'm really proud. I just want to say it one more time. The offensive line, I thought, played an outstanding game, and I had all day to throw. So big shout out to the big boys. I'm going to go love them up here on the bus.
Yeah, just on the first Davante touchdown, when he almost got in on the previous play, it was a close one on the pylon. Did you know, was that almost like he made such a great effort, you just want to give him the touchdown afterwards? Because it turned out to be his 100th career touchdown.
Oh, that was his 100th?
Yeah.
Yeah, we all knew that was his 100th.
You try just the next play just to go to him to get him the touchdown that he almost.
Yeah, of course. And I'm going to apologize and get something nice for Braylon, because that probably would have been a walk-in touchdown there too. But yeah, Braylon didn't say anything about it, but I'm sure, because he wouldn't if he's a great kid. But yeah, we all knew that was 100 for Tay.